teach 7th grade and 8th grade, and actually my preference is 7th grade. At the end of this year, it will be my second full year at Walt Disney. I enjoy seeing in the beginning of the year, they come in and they're almost a little nervous and hesitant. It's really nice to see that transition between the beginning of the year, them kind of being nervous and guiding them along, and then by the end of the year, there's a lot more activities and projects that we get to do because they've shown maturity and growth throughout the year. So I really like to see they almost kind of come in as nervous kids and they leave being confident, ready to be the leaders of the school the following year.
I love doing the heritage project that we do in writing at the end of the year. I don't know if I taught it with your class, but it's really interesting to hear about kids' cultural backgrounds.
Last year, one of my favorite memories was actually the last day of school. Never had I had students literally come to tears saying goodbye to their classmates, saying goodbye to me. That was something I had never experienced before in my 8 years of teaching.
Well, to understand my wife, she's a nurse, so she works over at University of Chicago. But at home, we live right by the school, so we're kind of part of the community that lives nearby. And usually the things we like to do are try the different restaurants in Chicago. If it's summertime, we're outside as much as possible, but really just spend a lot of time outdoors.
I feel like teaching is just one facet of who I am. I do have other hobbies and interests. So one thing that I'm always doing, and I say that I work to be able to afford it, is traveling. I love to travel to different places and get used to different cultures, and a lot of times the stuff that I learn on those experiences I can bring back to the classroom.
I would love to go to some place totally out there like Thailand, China, something like that, to get the total culture change.
I am very creative and artistic, so besides photography, I really enjoy participating in and watching any type of dance. So even since I was little, I have been able to do the gamut of traditional ballet and pointe, and I've done the non-conventional where it's more modern, and believe it or not, I do take hip-hop classes, so I can do some of that too.
That is amazing. How long do you plan on working here?
Until I get sick of answering interview questions. No, I don't know, for as long as possible, I guess.
Depends on the day, but on average 2 to 3 hours.
Out of all 24 hours, probably like 13 to 14 of the hours.
Mostly all day.
I'm not really on social media anymore.
I think social media is a good thing and a bad thing. I think it's good because you can talk to your friends when you guys are like far apart, or you guys are like across the world from each other, you can still talk to each other. I think it's a bad thing because people can cyberbully you and make fun of you, and you can't do anything about it.
Social media could help me understand what people are going through and help me stick up for them, but it also could show me the bad things that happen to people and make me feel bad or make me see someone in a certain way when they're really not.
People commenting like their opinions, like even if you didn't want to hear it, but like there's really no way to like stop it, even if you didn't want to hear it. And a good way is because if you see something that I guess you don't like, you have opportunity to talk about it.
It's just fun, you know. It gives you like a different vibe than like what you get like during like school, or like when you just see your friends in person. Like it gives you like more confidence to like say what you wouldn't say in real life.
I have been cyberbullied before, so it doesn't like feel good, and it was on Snapchat, so it wasn't like a good thing.
Like if the world shut down and no Wi-Fi and no social media would be around, the generation of 2000 would most likely lose it because they don't know how to communicate or stay in touch with someone without doing it over the phone.
Something that everyone can have a different thing, a different meaning, and it just comes down to what you find most meaningful. For some people it might be things like religion, for other people it might be money, for all these different things. It could be totally different, but for me, the more that I think about it, I think it's the relationships you have with other people, how you treat your friends, how you treat your family, and just making impacts that make other people happier and have a better life.
everyone has a different point of view on it. Some people think life is terrible, some people think it's great, some people have mixed emotions about it. So there really is no meaning to it. It's really just how you see it in your own point of view.
I feel that life shouldn't be something that you have to follow rules all the time. Just like you do this, 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be something that is free. You have like will to do anything you want.
What's the first memory or word that comes to your mind when we ask you, what's your meaning of life?
Word, for some reason, happiness, memory. It's literally me and my mom. We were at the zoo, and I don't know, somehow, some way, ice cream. Those memories bring me back to how I normally feel, and it makes me feel like I have a reason to be here. I have a reason to be happy, and those memories are reasons that I am happy.
My meaning of life is soccer.
My meaning of life is to live life to the fullest. What I mean by this is like live life while you can, because you can only live life once.
My meaning of life is to find the meaning of life.